Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I hope you had an even better holiday season, being Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. I'm super glad you all are joining me for this video. I'm super pumped to get this Forester started and back on the road, as it has been sitting for more than 2 years, I believe, now at this point. But this will be shot over a few days. I have to go order some parts, which I'm going to do here in a second, which will be the front passenger and driver side wheel bearings, because one is blasted. And if I'm replacing one, I might as well go ahead and replace the other one while it's down before it decides to go. So I will cover later what I have gotten completed for the car and haven't shot, just to get you guys up to speed, and then obviously jump right into getting this thing started. So without further ado, let's head to the dealership, place these parts in order, and to the post office to pick up some new stuff. Let's go. I'm driving, you're right. Alright, so we just got to the dealership. I'm gonna run inside real quick and place some orders, ask some questions, and then we'll zip back to the house. Alright, now that I'm home and have gotten changed into work clothes, I'm gonna cover what I've gotten done off camera to catch everybody up, and then jump into today's installs. Woo! Okay, we'll start with the intake. It's ran like it needs to be. Radiator installed, AC compressor installed, hoses hooked up like they need to be, vacuum lines ran like they need to be. Got the fuel pressure regulator installed to where it will be right off of the return line here, where the CV axle goes into the transmission. There is a there's a seal, and my seal was leaking, so I'll replace that. I'll put that part number for the driver and passenger side in the description because they are different. As you can see, it's like super loose. I've went ahead and pulled the CV axle out, and right now I'm going to use this universal puller kit. Go ahead and get the hub out, and then I'll just show bits and pieces of everything, so you'll kind of get the gist of it. But like I said, if you want to see a full tutorial, drop a comment in the comment section below. There, ladies and gentlemen, that bearing is absolutely shot. Here's the hub. It's been a couple weeks. Of course, y'all will be seeing this all in the same video, but I had some issues whenever I pulled the center hub out while replacing the passenger side wheel bearing. So if you can see it, if the camera picks it up here, there's like a smooth section that's right here, and then there's this section here that's all ate away. I had to buy a new hub. So that took another week or so to come in, and then I had issues with the intercooler brackets, the ones that came with the car. Let me get them out here. The ones that came with the car, I don't know. I guess they're definitely not stock. They look kind of homemade a little bit, and the intercooler didn't fit in properly, so ended up having to order those. Those took another couple weeks to come in, so there you have it. But I've got the intercooler installed, which is awesome. I got to tighten down the blow-off valve here, or bypass valve, whatever you want to call it, and finish up this wheel bearing. So I'll do a time lapse real quick, getting the wheel bearing pressed in. If you guys want to see a full tutorial on that, I have enough supplies to do the driver's side, so let me know in the comments below. I'll try to knock that out, but outside of that, I'm going to go ahead and get this wheel bearing put in, start putting the fluids in it, and then she's ready to start. So, yeah. Let's get to it. Woo! So, what we have are the Cartboy Inlinks, and I'll have a side-by-side here in a second of the difference. Alright, so here's a little side-by-side. This is the one that came off. Bushings are shot. No more grease or anything in them. Also, they're just really flimsy and kind of dinky for the kind of driving that I'll eventually end up doing. And also, this design, man, the Allen key and the tip of the stud here, man, it'd be much easier if they just put nuts and bolts, right? Nuts and bolts only. So here's the Cartboy. Obviously, way more sturdy, thicker. Bushings are better, a little more stiff. Don't have to worry about pivot points, nuts and bolts. Let's get this one installed and hop over to the other one. Woo! This is why I don't like the Allen heads. They always seem to strip out. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. I've done everything that I know to do as far as checks. Make sure I've done everything per manual or from people I've talked with. Everything's been done correctly. It's got proper fluids in it. Now it's time to start it. So, before I actually start the car, I'm going to leave the front crank sensor here under the alternator unplugged, where I can turn the engine over. That way it kind of primes itself as far as getting oil into a lot of the galleys and stuff where it needs to be. I will leave the fill port here right for the radiator fluid. I'm gonna leave that off. so that the radiator fluid can burp itself properly as it heats up, less air escape. And as far as braking goes, there are a multiple, everybody's got their own way of kind of doing things. The way I've always done it has been to fire up the car, make sure it's not leaking, run it to operating temperature, which is what's recommended by Andy, the engine builder from Super Performance. Also, I like to, after I let it run that, drain the fluid, run it a second time, again with braking oil, and then I'll run it for about 20 or 30 minutes, and I'll pulse between 1,000 and 3,000 RPMs, just wow, 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 building engine pressure. Then I'll drain the fluid, change the filter, and then it'll be ready for its road test. So, like I said, I'm gonna jump into getting this thing turned over a few times and go from there. Hopefully. It's nerve-wracking. Always nerve-wracking. It's always nerve-wracking. Got my inspection light. Just connected the crank sensor back up, so let's see what happens. Got a little bit of a strange knot. I don't know if that's because of the performance pistons, or it's got to go through a couple heating cycles maybe, I don't know. But it sounds pretty good. We'll let it run for just a little bit more. Then we'll cut it, drain the oil, and see what's going on in there. Alright, I just ran her up for about 10-15 minutes. Was trying to burp the cool a little bit. I do need to go get some more distilled water to put in it. It was running just a little bit low on that after it started to circulate a little bit. Other than that, there are no leaks from the main components. There is a slight drip on the back side of the turbo. And I don't know if that's just like a loose fitting. I'll have to adjust that, and probably tomorrow sometime because it is getting kind of late. But everything else ran fine. Like I said, nothing crazy, no big water leaks, no big oil leaks. Just that little bit of small seepage in the back on the turbo. Probably just a fitting or something. Like I said, it's real simple. But other than that, man, she sounds great. I am so stoked right now. I'm so stoked. I really wish I could do a road test. Go ahead and knock out that road test, but I'm gonna wait till she cools down. I'm gonna drain the oil, change the filter, kind of inspect the oil, make sure there's nothing crazy going on in it, which it shouldn't be because she ran great. After I kind of throttled her a little bit, that slight knock went away, so I'm assuming it was just something with oil pressure maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I'm super stoked, man. I can't even convey to you guys how awesome this is. Took me almost a year. I think March is a year, which is awesome. That's it. I'm gonna wrap this video up here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that thumbs up button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you will, and I'll catch you guys in the next one with some more updates. Later. Woo!